And now we will go to the next topic, that is regarding the diabetic blindness and the various diabetes. You know that diabetes is many patients are there in India, and it is causing blindness. And how we can prevent blindness? And we have very good faculty, Dr. NST Raju, and he has. Actually, it doesn't require any introduction to old generation, but a new generation does require some introduction. So he has the past president of All India Ophthalmological Society, and he has a Lifetime Achievement Award of AIOS in 2023. And he is chairman of AIOS IMA Prevention of Diabetes project, and still he is holding that post. That is a national program, and he is holding that post to implement various activities in the diabetes prevention. And so many credentials are there, and he is a musician also. In addition to that, he can sing a song also after the session if time allows. So, NST Raju sir, please.
Good morning to all of you. And to start with, I must congratulate Dr. Raju, my namesake. He has done an excellent job in selecting this topic because this is a topic that is of a national interest. Not only the general blindness, but probably we as ophthalmologists, we should have a more commitment to the diabetes as a cause of blindness. It's a huge problem. We have been given an idea, the huge backlog of blindness that's occurring all across the world because of so many reasons. They have been well highlighted by previous speakers, Dr. Raju and Madam Rachel, Madam. So what we should consider more serious in our circumstances, since we are all ophthalmologists, we should have a greater commitment to give our services to the society, to the country, so that the incidence of the ever-increasing incidence of diabetic blindness is brought under control. That is not an easy task. You know, it needs a comprehensive program. In the first place, there is a voluminous increase in the incidence and prevalence of diabetes across the country. It is especially so in India when compared to other countries. As far as the prevalence of diabetes is concerned, we are second only to the China, which is now occupying the prime position, the dubious prime position as a country afflicted with the most number of diabetics in a country. So we are slowly inching towards going to the diabetic capital of the world. So you can imagine that how great is the problem that is confronting us. So we'll just run through the various aspects of what we have been doing. Raju, which the control is this one, no? Idale. So let us consider that we know that diabetes is a major contributor and a leading cause of blindness. And we also know that various schemes, other than the ones which our Madam Rachel has pointed out, the All India Ophthalmical Society and the IMA realized the gravity of the situation. So the IMA launched a program, a prestigious project called Prevention of Diabetic Blindness in India. And very soon, our society, our All India Ophthalmological Society also joined hands. So it is a joint program of both the programs for all eye specialists and all the doctors in the country. So I had the privilege of being the chairman of that project for some 10 years in a row now. So we know what is the extent of the extent of the program, how we can go about that. The mind-boggling figure of 100 million diabetics in India. We know that about 10 to 20% of all diabetics probably harbor some sort of a retinopathy in them. So we must also know that diabetic blindness is preventable. At the same time, once it occurs, it is an irreversible one. So we had adopted a twofold approach. One is to create awareness among the public everywhere, among every sector of the society, awareness about diabetes and the diabetic complications, especially the diabetic retinopathy, which causes the diabetic blindness. The second portal of our mode of action was to plan certain programs so that it is possible for us to screen all the diabetics in the country. It is easily said than done. You know that because about 50% of the diabetics do not know that they have diabetes. That is a great problem. So even if you screen all the other 50 million, the balance of the 50 million, that is why I said it's a very complex, complicated and a very serious health issue in the country. So this is the methodology that we adopted. Now let us see how this program was inaugurated in Gujarat in 2014, and then we took all the states and launched this program in all the states. So almost all the states in India are now launching this program, and some work or other is going on in the awareness programs and also in screening. We also celebrate the World Health Day, the World Diabetes Day, the World Sight Day, and give importance to that. And the most important thing to know is that all these programs have to be a continuous and ongoing program. Then only there will be any tangible results. Episodic attempts here and there are not going to produce any substantial, tangible result in the country. And that is the reason why we are not going very forward. Although her efforts has produced a lot of improvement in that, but still we have a long way to go. So these are some of the things we went across the whole of India during this period. And this is somewhere in Gujarat, I think, yes. And we will just run through some of these programs. We also made posters that has to be displayed in the institutions, laboratories, medical colleges, etc. And these posters have been distributed all over the states. And that is also a good way of promoting the awareness about diabetes and its complications. We also came with a diabetic retinopathy, diabetic app, which will help the patient to have a regular checkup of their blood, to keep a record of their HbA1c and all those things. A very good app everybody can use for controlling, in a better way of control of their diabetes. We have even gone to far off places in high altitudes. Like this is a photo. What you see is in Leh, which is high altitude place. And there, from Manali to Leh, we made a cycling expedition and did about 10 camps in between before we reached the highest point. So, and we had, this is also a copy of the Facebook page. So we have been doing a lot of work to increase the awareness about diabetes. These are some of the photographs in the high altitude areas and at different places, you know. I'll just run through that. We don't have time to go in detail. And this is, we can also rope in the services and support of celebrities. And here in Mumbai, we did a big conference and an event which was, our brand ambassador was Karisma Kapoor. And she gave a very good speech, and it had a very, very good effect subsequently, because people began to understands that you can go blind without you knowing. He doesn't know or she doesn't know that she has diabetes. She becomes blind, and then there is nothing much we can do. None of us can help them. But the awareness that this is a preventable one is a good thing. We should always try to promote that. These are other, we utilize the mobile vans, then the teleophthalmology also she was describing, because we're open services of all the available facilities across the country, and then move forward as a group with the support and help and in the active participation of organizations, governmental organizations, NGOs, then the Lions Club, Rotary, the press, and all voluntary organizations should be participating in this act. Then only it is possible for us to make something concrete. Some concrete advances can be made in our effort, in our ever involving fight against this increasing menace of diabetic blindness. These are all the various, this is an inaugural function by the minister in Haryana and Delhi. Newer technologies are coming, so we must rope in that services of their newer technology, the artificial intelligence, rural areas. And it is possible to diagnose diabetic retinopathy with the non-mydriatic camera and even grade that possible. Non-technical patients also can do that. So these services are now coming into action in our programs also. All the countries all the states are involved, and as I said, we celebrate the World Diabetes Day, the World Sight Day, and in summary, I would say that it's the program should be all-encompassing, sustained technology, continuous process, ongoing program. That's very important. And I said, we must open the services of government agencies and all other institutions. Since Rachel Madam is here, I think she'll be able to help us to get some help. And financially, I know she also has problems, but she can probably help us. So we need to foster a collaborative and multifaceted approach that will be, and this dual strategy of awareness and screening must reach the masses in general. And we have to be persistent and perseverant in our approach. Those are the key attributes. And the strong bond between the AIS, IMA and the government agency is going to form a nidus from where we can march forward. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for wonderful deliberations regarding that social activity, how we are doing, what we are doing, and to prevent the field of prevention of blindness. It's a wonderful talk.